Okay, the best thing, as you might know, to do against stress, you know, when you're stressed out by your job or by your relationship or whatever, is to go shopping. And I've been looking at these you know, headsets for quite some time now, because as you might know, commercial truckers are not allowed to use handheld phones anymore, no matter what the state regulations are for regular car drivers. So you have to get it, you know, otherwise, unless your truck is equipped with you know, already like hands-free built in, like in my car I already have all that. There's a mic in the ceiling there, but it works fine, but I still feel that, you know, I kind of strain because the mic is still, I don't know, like 3 feet away, you know. I have to strain my voice and talk louder as if I'm shouting, you know. But I can hear the other guy or the other party pretty well in my car. So that gave me another push, and I just got this one. I know two guys, they use the famous Blue Parrot, and I read some nice reviews online. But you know, I want to do my own research, and when I looked at the specs, this is Roadking, by the way. Roadking RK-400. You know, has a very nice earpiece here. Mic, you know, it's fully adjustable. It turns, flips, and you can also, this thing you can curve in any direction. The only difference between the Blue Parrot, as far as I could tell, was this. In a Blue Parrot, this thing is bigger, so probably it's a bit more comfortable, like it's wider. On the Roadking, they're all like this, smaller, and you just you know, put it like this, or I don't know, depends which way you want to turn it. If you turn it the other way, you can put it on this side, right? And then it just flips it this way. But anyway, so it comes in a box, very well, you know, equipped. I mean, protected. But also, what I liked is that it comes with a charger, USB, and it looks suspiciously like the one I'm using for my Wi-Fi jetpack on Verizon. Now maybe it's a bit thinner. But also, they give you these. You know, because of course they know this is for truckers, right? So how do you charge your headset if you're in the truck all the time? So you don't have, this is like $9.99 at any truck stop, so they're already giving you this, right? So you just connect it to the other side, like this, and that's it. You can plug it in, you know. Finally, they're doing something where you don't have to use 20 different pieces of wire, right? One for your home, one for your vehicle. So here you just change the endings, right? And this is for your home, right? Just plug it in, boom. And that's what I did yesterday. I only unpacked it. Oh, and it also comes with a spare ear pad, kind of like a soft material, you know. And it comes with this bag here. So they even give you this little bag where you can put your headset, you know. And manual. And that's what I'm doing now. I have no idea how it works yet. I just looked at it. I was able to hook up the charger because I saw the port in here at the bottom. So I just plugged it in. I was at a hotel last night and I saw this light, this tiny little light here came on. It was charging. And the only controls here I see, there's a button here with a phone picture. So basically, of course, that's you know, hang up or start the conversation. And then here, where did I see it? Oh, over here, there's a little slider. Well, not a slider, but I think it has like some kind of like little tiny heels with minus and plus signs. So I assume that's the volume. So it's all done here, you know, near your ear. So either, you know, you start the conversation, then you adjust the volume, and then you hit that button again to disconnect. And then here, there's just a picture says Bluetooth. Now let's look at the specs here. And I'll see why I chose this model over the Blue Parrot. I got it at the Pilot truck stop here in Monroe, Michigan. This was, I think, 99 bucks. Yeah, plus tax. Here in Michigan, $6, so it was $108.56. But I'm keeping the receipt and the box because they said there's no return, but you still can exchange it. At any Pilot anywhere in the States. Not in Canada, but in the States. Now here's the interesting features. First of all, of course, this one has noise cancelling, dual mic design, which is already better than what you'll find on Blue Parrot. So this, according to this info here, virtually eliminates 100% of background noise, which is very important for the truck, because actually, which reminds me, I tried to use my phone, because it has a very nice speakerphone. So we're just trying to find a spot where I can put the phone and just hands-free and use the speakerphone, but it didn't work very well because the noise cancellation on this thing is not the greatest. So noise cancelling, dual mic design, up to 30 hours talk time. The sun here is so bright. Okay, 66 feet or 20-meter range, up to twice the wireless freedom of most Bluetooth wireless headsets on the market. Multi-point feature allows connection of 2 cell phones at the same time. Includes a protective carrying case that I just showed you. Wireless audio to support music streaming. Wideband audio for crystal clear audio performance. Supports aptX technology for inbound CD sound quality. So you can even listen to music on this thing. Fully adjustable over-the-head headband and boom mic. Headset to handset transfer. Whatever that means. Headset to headset transfer. I don't know, maybe you can use the parts of this one for the next one? I don't know, what does that mean? Headset to handset transfer. Oh, wait a second. Headset to handset transfer. Alright, so I guess you can... Oh, okay, I know what that means. Because I tried to do that in my car. Basically, let's say you're talking on through the Bluetooth system in the car, and then you stop the engine, so I know that this thing will die like in 30 seconds, and I want to transfer it to the phone, and I had trouble. Basically, I lost the caller and I had to call him back from my phone. So here it supports that feature, I guess. So you can talk to the person. Let's say you park your truck and you were on this thing, right, and now you don't want to use it, you want to leave it in your car, in your truck, so you leave it here, transfer the call to the phone, and then you walk with your phone, let's say, if you don't want to take the headset. Okay, that's good. Okay, one touch multifunction button controls on off, call answer and pairing. Okay, so that's just one button there. Voice recognition allows you to answer a call by voice command. Great. And includes NFC, near field communication technology, compatible with most cell phones, so this should work with my phone. Comes with 1-year warranty, and it works on Bluetooth v3.0, so talk time up to 30 hours, standby time up to 900 hours, working range 66 feet. Alright, so far I like what I see here. See, and that's the there's a picture here that shows you various features of this thing. Bluetooth wireless headset RK-400. I bet I look like an idiot. At least that's what I thought, when I saw people walking like this. Now I'm wearing one too. To continue with my review, I probably had it on my head for about 2 hours now. Well, I just put it back on because I stopped to do my customs paperwork here, but after I left Monroe, Michigan, all the way to Port Huron, Michigan, I had it on, and I had 4 conversations, all successful, and I asked people if they could hear me. Everybody said, well, 2 people I asked said it was crystal clear, so, I'm really glad about that. Now, when I started... first, before I use it for the first time, I had to pair it, right? So I read that little manual there. Yeah, this little manual, and all basically you have to do is you have to hold this main button, like this one, right? Yeah, this kind of answer quit button for 5 seconds, and then you hear the message pairing. And what the manual doesn't tell you, and maybe it was my reaction, but I didn't put the headset on my head. I was holding in my hand, and I pushed the button. I hold it, and I heard a barely, a very low kind of voice coming from the headset, pairing. And then I realized, wait a second, I have to have it on my head, right? But so you hit that button, and that means that it's ready for pairing when you hear that message. And then you open your phone, find the Bluetooth setting, and you turn it on. And then you, in my phone, for example, it said add a new device, and I said yeah, and I started searching, and right away it showed RK-400. That's what it said. Pair, yes. I hit OK, and after like a few seconds, it was done. I didn't even need to enter any passwords or anything. But here in the booklet they say that if you ask to enter a password, they give you the password here. I guess it depends on your phone model, and that's it. Oh yeah, before you attempt the first connection, you have to of course charge the phone. But so that's it. Then what I did is I just went to my contact list, right, and I dialed, and I could hear all the sounds already in my headset. And when the person answered, we just started talking. I didn't do anything else, right? I mean, I dialed and clicked send, right? And then to disconnect, I just clicked end on my phone because I didn't know any better. But then actually the guy called, he didn't answer. There was his voicemail, and I didn't leave him a message because I know he never checks it. And I knew that he would call me back because normally that's what he do. When he cannot answer, he just you know, ends my call. But then a few minutes later he calls me back, and so he did call me back, and I was actually glad he did because I wanted to see how easy it is to accept a call with the handset. And when I heard my phone ring, and I didn't even open it because it was sitting, you know, next to my leg here on the dashboard. And what I did, I hit this button, right, the answer, which on this one, right? So basically, when you put your two fingers on this thing, on the earpiece, your index finger will kind of automatically touch that button, and you hit that button, boom, and you start talking, you know. And then to disconnect, you just hit that button again, and there's the volume works pretty good, up and down, just on the back here. And that's it. And then this one, you know, you can really move the way you want it. Like, what I don't like is I don't want to see it up here because then it kind of distracts you because it's in your field of vision. So I'm gonna bring it down here, you know, like lower to the, closer to the to my chin, you know, kind of like what you see like pilots or whatever, you know. So I like it. So the good quality, easy to set up, easy to make and receive calls. The only thing is, I do think that this thing is not exactly comfortable, you know, this small piece here. Like 2 notes, it does create some pressure. So after like 2 hours of having this headset on, you know, without taking it off, I noticed that I started to feel this pressure here. Even though it's pretty wide, it's pretty like big. It's not too wide, but it's that thing. It does have volume to it, you know. And the other thing I don't like is that this thing here, like you cannot, like, either my head is too small, I don't know. This thing is too big. Like, I wanted this kind of part be on top of my head, right? Maybe to cover my bald spot, but I push it in. Like, you can get it out and push it back, you know, to change the diameter, but this is the smallest I can get. So I had to move it to the front of my head so that it stays on, you know. So anyway, so that's my quick review of the what is it, Roadking RK-400. Reliable device, kind of like a requirement now for all commercial truckers, you know, this kind of a headset, because, you know, hands-free, good quality, good assembly, you know, good quality of conversation, calls received and made. So if I like it, except these 2 pieces here, but first of all, probably I'll get used to it, you know, and I'm gonna use it only in the truck, because in the car I have my own hands-free system, and then I'm just gonna, you know, when I'm not driving, I just use my phone. But the only other downside I noticed, that maybe it's just my phone, is that when you have your Bluetooth on the phone all the time, it really depletes the battery. Like this one, I know this one is good up to for up to like 30 hours talk time, 900 standby, you know, because it probably has a pretty good battery and it doesn't take too much juice. But the phone just, you know, starts dying. Like, I started this morning with a full battery, like, you know, full battery icon, and now I just made maybe 3 long calls, maybe half an hour each. We were just chatting with a couple of buddies I know, truckers, and then no, 2 calls, 2 long ones and then 2 short ones. I called the bridge here about my permit, and I needed to warn them about me coming because I have an oversized load. And that's it. Now I have, like, what, half of my battery is gone, you know. It's like, I don't know, 3 hours. so that's why, you know, I'm not gonna use it all the time, of course, just when I'm driving. So I think that's what you know, the whole purpose of this is. But one guy I know that uses this kind of headset, but I think he's a Blue Parrot. His model is called Blue Parrot. He just uses it all the time, you know, because he says his hands get tired now when he holds the phone, and he has an iPhone. I don't know, maybe his iPhone is weighs more than mine, but I don't know, when you have a brief conversation, what's so bad about this, especially when you're not driving? But this guy, he walks like this all the time, and I don't know, it looks kind of funny, you know, when you walk like this on the street, you know. Anyway, good product, so not expensive. I think it's better than the Blue Parrot because it has much more features. Thanks for watching, stay safe.